Now, the International Monetary Fund says Korea's per capita GDP will top $30,000 by next year and get very close to Japan's by the year 2020. However, experts say that Korea, flanked on either side by Japan and China, will have to reform its industrial structure to stay competitive. Park Se-young reports.
In 5 years, Korea's GDP per capita will rise to nearly $37,000, drawing close to that of Japan's. According to the IMF's World Economic Outlook database, the nation's per capita GDP will reach $36,750 in 2020, a 31% rise from last year's $27,970. Japan's per capita GDP is forecast to see a 6% rise over the same period to slightly over $38,000. In 2005, the GDP per capita of Japan was nearly 2 times that of Korea's. Last year, Korea's per capita GDP adjusted to purchasing power parity came in at $35,400, close to Japan's $37,500. In 2018, Korea's numbers are forecast to overtake Japan's. The latest figures show Korea is narrowing the economic gap with Japan. Last year, Japan's GDP was $4.6 trillion, 3 times bigger than Korea's. According to the IMF's database, Korea's 2014 GDP of $1.4 trillion will rise to $1.9 trillion in 2020, reducing the gap to 2.4 times. In this year's IMD World Competitiveness Ranking, Korea climbed 1 notch to 25th, while Japan tumbled 6 spots to 27th. Meanwhile, the economic gap between China and Korea is expected to widen from just over 7 times last year to 9 times in 2020. Experts say Korea will have to stay competitive by reforming its industrial structure and developing highly profitable products to ensure it keeps pace with the Japanese and Chinese economies over the next 5 years. Park Se-young, Arirang News.